Going to arrest me if we don't leave right now because the township owns this property and the township said that we have to leave. Funny thing is the township has a resolution that specifically says we have the right to be here.
No. Stop, get off of me! Get off of me! My child is in the car, stop!
At lunchtime yesterday, I was emailed that they decided to file a second charge against me for the Election Day case. So in addition to the trespass charges, I am now facing disturbing the peace charges for that day.
Hello, and welcome back to Legal Dissent, where we evaluate your constitutional rights before they're taken away. There is no speech more valued or protected in the eyes of the law than that of political speech. The right to vote, campaign, and individually run for office to effect change in your government is the ultimate form of political expression. This video is brought to us via email by a subscriber, and all of the original videos, channel, case law, and statutes are located in the description below. On Election Day of 2020, constitutional attorney, homeschool mother, and local public official Katherine Henry was assisting a volunteer for her organization that was collecting petitions for a Michigan state constitutional amendment outside of a polling place in Allegan County, Michigan. Deputies from the Allegan County Sheriff's Department threatened to arrest the volunteer for a resolution that forbids individuals from leaving their motor vehicle on township property beyond the time necessary to transact township business on Election Day. Henry responded to her volunteer's call for help and showed up to confront the deputies.
Hey, I have this deputy here who says that he's arresting me and he's towing my car.
I'm asking you to leave, and if you won't leave, then you will be arrested.
He's saying that the
I asked for your ID. Yes.
I'm sorry, just a minute.
I asked for your ID. I don't. That's not how it works. You're very full
you
of
already
yourself.
are violating the law.
I'm not violating any law.
You're violating the law.
I asked you for your ID. You did not.
You are not even following the resolution from the county or from the township.
Okay.
The one that you guys gave us earlier, the one that you were reading from. Did you read it?
No.
It says you can't stop us.
No,
you're not touching my car.
Yeah, we're gonna.
No, you're not.
So are you willing to leave? Yes.
It's this.
You have no right to do this.
Are you willing to leave?
You do realize it's abusive process and malicious prosecution.
Okay,
Yes, you're violating federal. I don't care. You're on the hook, not him.
No preference? Okay.
You have no right to do this to me, Rod. You guys can hear me if anybody is out there. I have Sheriff's Deputy Langlois from the Allegan County Sheriff's Department saying he's going to arrest me and he's going to tow my car because we are here. Let me see if I can switch this camera around.
And I've shook this guy's hand before too.
There we go. All right, guys. So he's here trying to arrest me. This is our setup. So we are nowhere near the 100-foot mark, which is the drain in the road, right between where that silver truck and that car are pulling out. That's the 100-foot mark where you can't be past it in the other direction, because those doors right there are the doors to get into the precinct. And the law clearly says we can't be within 100 feet. We also can't be impeding anybody from getting in. So they are, he says, going to arrest me if we don't leave right now because the township owns this property and the township said that we have to leave. Funny thing is the township has a resolution that specifically says we have the right to be here. And he doesn't want to read the resolution again. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to read the law or the constitutional provisions that allow us to be here. So,
We vote. Absolutely.
Yep. He says that the prosecutor gave him permission to come and arrest me, and that's all he needs to know.
Michigan state law provides in Code Section 168.744, subsection 2, that a person shall not request or obtain signatures on petitions within 100 feet from any entrance to a building in which a polling place is located. So where can they obtain signatures for petitions? Anywhere they want, especially on public property, as long as it is 100 feet away from any entrance to a polling place. It's rather obvious that they are in fact 100 feet away and are in a location where they can legally solicit signatures to petition their government. A few minutes pass by and the deputies bring out now retired Layton Township Clerk Mary Lou Neuenhouse to trespass the petitioners from the public parking lot.
I don't know the address right off the top of my head.
Okay, so you're aware, I know you two have already met, so this is Mary Lou, she's the township supervisor.
I know.
Okay? So she already spoke with you.
I know, earlier today,
Okay.
and then I went back and we kind of came up
She
with
has
it.
something to say.
Okay.
Okay.
I explained to you that we have this resolution that's not allow.
No, it says you do. It says you do. I'm just asking you guys to read it. Nothing in this resolution shall be construed to interfere with MCL 168.931K, which allows, guys, it allows a person to disseminate campaign literature on election day when a person is beyond 100 feet
We are not
from an entrance.
We're not contesting MCL 160.
No, it's saying we have a right. It says this resolution says we have a right to be here. We're allowed to be here as long as we're beyond the 100 feet. That's what it says.
That part has nothing to do with this part.
What are you,
which
what
says
part?
You may not leave a vehicle on township property beyond the time necessary to transact township business.
But it says right here that nothing in this
That
is meant to.
But that does not say anything about leaving a vehicle on township property beyond township business hours.
This is an absolutely ridiculous interpretation and makes it abundantly clear that a township clerk is not capable or qualified to interpret a law or even the funnies in the Sunday paper, which this is not even a law. It is not even an ordinance. It is a resolution. This resolution has as much power to control your behavior and actions as my New Year's resolution to exercise more has over you. Resolutions are intended to govern the internal working affairs of a governmental entity, not to govern the people. Those are relegated to statutes and ordinances. But for the sake of argument, let's dive into this resolution, if the petitioners were even violating it. Section 1 mandates that you do not erect a structure on township property, which they did not do. So we can skip on to Section 2, which mandates that you do not park or leave an automobile that would block, obstruct, impede, or otherwise interfere with access to the township hall. Now let's take a look at the video together and tell me in the comments, who is obstructing access more? The petitioners or the police? You decide. In Section 3, it makes a blanket mandate outlawing the parking or leaving of any motor vehicle on township property beyond the time necessary to transact township business or beyond the time the township is open for business. Well, the township hall is a polling location and it's open to voters, so it's open for business. And petitioning your government that would affect the township and the people who are represented by the township is township business. Obtaining signatures for a government petition is township business. Whether the township likes it or not, redressing your government via petition is political expression and the most protected form of speech in this country. Finally, the last section states that nothing in this resolution shall be construed to interfere with MCL 168.931 subsection K, which allows a person to disseminate campaign literature on election day when a person is beyond 100 feet from an entrance to a poll. So what's the problem? Mary Lou claims that this section has nothing to do with the resolution. This is madness. This is ridiculously stupid. They are doing exactly what the section says that the government cannot use this resolution to interfere with. If it has to do with the vehicles, then ask them to move their vehicles, not tell them that they're going to be trespassed from the property and asking if they're going to leave or not. Say, hey, you got to move your cars because we need spots for voters. But even that would be a request. They couldn't legally force them to move unless they were truly impeding access, which they were not. But that's okay. People make mistakes. That's why we spend tons of taxes to train law enforcement, and surely these sheriff deputies have an 8th grade education and can competently read this ordinance and step in before someone's rights are violated. Right?
You were asked to leave. Okay, do you understand that? So you were asked to leave. Are you willing to leave? Yes or no?
So all of you, let's see, this is Deputy Bustle. Am I saying that
Russell and
correct?
Anderson. Yep.
Deputy
Langlois.
Anderson.
Anderson.
Deputy Bustle, Deputy Anderson, and Deputy Langlois
It's all within my constitutional right to sign.
are telling me that they're going to arrest me.
Okay, well,
Can I
get away from me a little bit. You don't have to-
hold on a second? I know you just came, and I'm trying to be calm, but as you can tell, I'm a little. Just sir, let me finish the sentence. Can I ask you
It's absolute bullshit.
5 minutes? Can I ask you for 5 minutes to talk about what the law actually says?
You've already talked to the supervisor. They've asked you to
She
leave.
has no right to stop me from being
Are
here.
you willing to leave, yes or no?
You have no right to. You're
We have
violating the law.
Okay, we have a right to ask you.
Can you? No, you
The
don't.
prosecutor's is on board with the trespassing.
I don't care what the prosecutor says. You can't trespass.
Are you willing to leave?
Allegan County Prosecutor Myrene Cook said in an interview later that she did not say she was on board with citing Henry for trespassing. Here's a friendly reminder. Police are legally allowed to lie to you, and they do it all of the time.
I'm asking if you're willing to look at the
Are
law.
you willing to leave?
Possibly if you look at the law.
Okay. This has nothing to do with what she's requesting you.
Yeah, but she can't override the law.
The law has everything to do with what the clerk is asking them to do. This is their justification. This is their excuse. This is what they are hanging their hat on, and this is wrong.
Stop, get off of me! Get off of me! My child is in the car, stop! Get off of me! You're gonna make me drop my phone. Please set my phone down. I'm going to stop right there.
This is absolutely unnecessary.
If you are stop, please, I'm asking you. I will leave right now.
You've already had your
My child is in the, I will leave right now. Can you just let me vote? I want to vote, and then you can arrest me.
You vote at this precinct?
No,
Okay. So you don't have evidence here?
I do, right there. My child is here.
Okay, are you two willing to leave?
No, you do not. I'm not.
I just voted. That's all I did, and I signed a petition. So I'm just a bystander, sir.
Please, my child is in the car. I want the. Okay.
Are you willing to leave?
Please, I have a right to leave. I am going to. You are not acting according to the Constitution. I need your keys for your. I know. I can't get them. They won't let me give you my keys.
Get her child.
How old is your child?
6.
That's my daughter. Yeah.
And if this is what we have to do, that's okay.
Give me a hard time. Let me sit down. Stop. I need to bend my head down. Stop.
Thank you.
I need to stop. I'm trying to sit down. Let me sit down. Just let me sit down. Let me sit down. Let me sit down. Oh my gosh, you're hurting me. Let me sit down. You are hurting me. Please stop hurting me. I'm trying to sit down. Please stop doing this.
They leave her in the back of the car for 45 minutes before eventually releasing her with a ticket for an infraction. However, it did not stop there. The deputy who arrested her altered the ticket from an infraction to a criminal misdemeanor charge, and she has been charged with criminal trespass and disturbing the peace. The prosecutor who mentioned that she did not tell the deputies that she was on board with the trespass has gone full steam ahead in the prosecution of Henry, and this case was set for trial just yesterday, July 21st, 2021. However, trial was adjourned because the court was double booked, and Henry's trial got pushed back to October 27th, 2021, just a few months into the future of this video. In my opinion, I don't understand why the prosecution is pushing this. It's a bad case, and I don't think the state has a chance of winning. But then I read some articles about Allegan County Prosecutor Cook. During her time in office, she has increased felony charges by over 52% in 3 years, while surrounding counties have experienced decreases in felony charges ranging from 6 to 19% fewer charges. Is Allegan County just that much worse? In Cook's last election, she won her election by a mere 17 votes, with the support of many local law enforcement leaders such as Allegan County Sheriff Frank Baker and other prosecutors. I have said it before and I will say it again. County prosecutor elections are vitally important. When you vote for prosecutor, make sure who you are voting for isn't just tough on crime, but is open to transparency, demands accountability, and strives for real justice. Please visit Katherine Henry's channel, let her know that we sent you, and we will be watching as her legal battle unfolds. No matter who you are, you have value and you have rights. Don't be afraid to use them, and we'll see you next time right here on Legal Dissent.